What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Quantum Show. It's panel discussion time. Right now, Tim made it in first. Lynn is also here. What's up, Tim and Lynn?
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Nathan. How are you?
I'm good. Happy it's
Excellent.
still not an invasion.
Oh, gee. The only invasion happening is political.
And, but it's
Yeah.
anyway. Anyway, y'all saw the first hour. I saw you in the chat. So, what did you think?
You're
um,
right. There is no invasion.
Well, okay.
There
Well,
are people from out of town back and forth here.
sure, of course.
but
But
but I see them, leave them alone.
right. I got drinking a lot of mushroom coffee earlier, so my clarity of thought is quite clear right now. It's quite sharp, even though I still can't figure out all the words at the same time.
I was going to
What's the
say,
word benchmark?
as long as your mouth isn't overrunning your brain, that
Yeah,
happens to me frequently.
well, I had Copilot go over, and kept wanting to say the Greys were locals, and I'm like, hold on, I don't think the Greys are locals. I think there are some people here that are local, but not all of them. And Bill Schneider's story, right? He went in shooting first. They went in shooting first, and of course they didn't like that, right?
We
And they were
come
like,
in
"Stupid."
peace.
Hmm.
We come in peace. Shoot to
Right,
kill. Shoot to kill.
right,
Which is silly because I mean that's an old song, but still it's crazy.
yeah. And Aussie is saying happy 250th anniversary. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. I keep forgetting to say that. Okay.
Yeah, our anniversary happens in July on the 4th. So,
Close enough.
although the entire year will be celebrated that way, you're absolutely right.
You know, we're gonna get a new quarter and a new silver dollar.
yeah.
That's what we're getting.
And do away with the penny. So they figured out the penny scam. Take
Uh-oh.
the extra
Right.
penny and throw it away into an account. Live one
Yeah.
penny from all of us. How many millions are here in the
Yeah.
United States alone?
I thought of that years ago when I
Yeah.
first heard of this kind of thing. I called it the 7 cent solution. If I was to see 7 cents deducted from my bank account, I am not going to care. I have lost 7 cents how many times in 1 hour? I don't even care, you know.
Kids
But
and lunch money will do that to you all by
yeah,
itself.
do 7 cents an hour, and like generally you're not going to see it because I mean I've probably got that much in my little thing up here on my desk, more than that. I got much more than that. I don't even think about it. And then I don't know what's in the car, buried in my yard, up and down the street. It's just 7 cents. Do that a million times. Then do that 10 million times. Then do that 10 million times a month, right?
Well,
Then
if
you
they
have,
throw it at our deficit, maybe it will help.
yeah, I am totally down with that. But the
Yeah, I
way
like
they,
to be asked first, but hey,
yeah, the 7 cents, I would totally click that check box, for 7 cents a month, easy. So, but anyway, that's just, yeah. But what spurred today's show was Heath's show earlier and his answer to my question yesterday on SOR. That was my question yesterday. I know y'all were there. Uh,
I
it, it was,
I
huh?
actually came in after that happened, so I don't know what it was.
Blue Chicken is telling us, reminding us of the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Thank you, Blue Chicken. Heck yeah. Welcome back to the Quantum Show. Blue Chicken 2, the sequel. bigger, better, bluer. No.
More cannibalistic. You know.
Out of left field, okay.
It only happened once, according to him.
All right. But yeah, I was on Keith's show, and my question was, any new information from your last visit when they visit? Because he's a regular, right? Or they're a regular in his house. He's a regular in their interdimensional domain. I don't know, all of it, right? So, what's up, Kelly Lewis? Welcome
Hi,
back.
Kelly. Hi, Chicken.
And
And hi, Aussie. Can't leave out
yeah,
Aussie.
oh no, I never leave out Aussie. But I was thinking I can expound on this because his answer was they were not happy with. I didn't really. I still don't understand if it was they weren't happy with him not getting the message out, or they weren't happy that people felt like that in general. So I said, huh, I can do it too. So let me, this is part of ufology. I can do this. I got this. So I put my little spin on stuff, right? Me
Hmm.
and Copilot. Another denizen of Earth is AI Copilot. So I know I've been told, sorry, that the aliens don't care for AI, but our little calculators compared to theirs, I think it'd be all right.
Hi, Sarah. And
What's
Puppy
up,
One and
Sarah?
Two.
Chilling with the pups.
With
Cool.
odd smelling feet. You don't
Okay,
want to know. You
right. Well,
don't.
well, it's not an invasion. Don't go all Phil Schneider on us. That's a reference to the first hour.
That has nothing to do with the feet. Okay, got it.
It has everything to do with weird smells. Remember that? Remember that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've had a sinus infection all week. Please, weird smells. I know all about them.
Okay. Okay. Uh, a detail in Phil Schneider's little, I can't say report, in his presentations was that the place stunk. It didn't smell good. Well, in our minds, and I'll say this again, I said it in the first hour, in our minds, where do we go that is a good place that smells bad? I don't know of any. We always associate bad smells with bad places, right?
Right.
Sewers, um, hard to navigate areas like jungles and swamps. They all smell bad, right? Meat processing plants, not a nice place. Smells pretty bad, okay? Um, etc. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And
Psychic
so,
smells too. I mean, they the only way the brain has to interpret some things is it smells bad, and yet
well,
it
that's
could
one
be
of
a,
the
a
things,
psychic a psychic odor. It really isn't an odor. It just your brain only has that to interpret.
right. Well, our brain uses olfactory senses. I'm talking muggles, right? I'm talking
Hmm.
Phil Schneider. I don't think Phil Schneider ever took the test. Is it what shape am I looking at? I don't think he ever took that test.
Somehow
If
I
he did,
doubt it, and I don't think he would pass because he won't study. So.
well, he definitely won't study now since he was assassinated. Yes, I said it. Phil Schneider was deleted from the search history of life. There it is. You heard it here on the Quantum Show.
It was a phantom hearing too. We really didn't drop something over here. Okay.
Okay. You okay, Lynn? How you doing, Lynn?
I'm not too bad. You know,
Better?
I I kind of told you I was going to be back and forth last month, and I was, and had a very good Christmas. Had a terrific time with my family and some of my friends, and we just took a well needed rest.
Right. Good. Well, I hope those headaches stop. I remember.
I haven't had one for about a week, so let us hope.
Cool. Okay, so but yeah, Phil Schneider, that was a thing in his report that it smelled bad. So when you go to a place and it smells bad, your monkey brain goes to this is not a good place. Beware, be scary, monkey brain take over. Know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Graveyard.
Animals have it an awful lot. You know, um, those that have really sharp smells, schnooters.
Yep.
You know, and like I hate to say the word because I hate these guys, rats.
Nice.
Rats. If a rat thinks that something bad happened in his spot, he won't go near it. You know,
Hmm.
but yeah, and our nature is full of warning signs. Smell. Uh, the plant
Smell.
world. The
Yeah, the thing
plant
about the
world.
smells is it is so again, I'm losing the word. It is so so basic. It is such a basic thing, right? Base, not basic, but base. Because, like you said, we developed and before we were modern humans, we had a sense of smell and we brought that with us. It's
You know.
almost archaic, but it works so good. Um,
Well, it's
and
kind of interesting with new babies. Some new babies will put things in their mouths right away. Some new babies will look at the thing and then put it in their mouth. Some babies will smell it and then put it in their mouth. It's
yeah,
how they discover things.
right.
And I think
That's
our
discovery.
sense of smell is probably, given that it's directly attached to our brain, I think that it's probably the one organ that the olfactory nerve that is evolved first, maybe even ahead of eyesight or hearing.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure it was because you can smell it before you see it, and it might look good, but it'll smell bad.
It won't be the thing you think it is. I know at one time I was pregnant. I was pregnant with my son, and Millard, my ex-husband, had come home from work with his uh, lunchbox, and he had a couple of things in it that had some white sauce in it. And I'm a smeller first, I want to smell it before I do anything else.
Yeah.
And I smelled it, and I went to my knees. I was just stunned. It was raw horseradish, brand new, and I about
Yeah.
passed out.
Didn't
You
like it.
know.
Didn't like it. But
No,
what
I
I
was. I love horseradish, but this was new. This hadn't been cured at all. It hadn't been cooked. Nothing had happened with this thing.
right, right. What I'm getting at, are monkey brains reacting to things, right? Well, that's the thing about, and something else I talked about in the invasion part. Fighting is a secondary thing. It shouldn't be a primary thing. That's what our monkey brains do. Tim, you know what I'm talking about? You're being awfully quiet over there.
I'm being harassed about the beard and chat. Also, a monkey brain thing. It does something to people's brains. The pheromones, mainly. It's
Yeah. Yes. There's something. There is something. Why do all historical rulers from a certain point all have beards? They all have, all of them, right?
And
Because
then have
think
a
about
razor. I don't know.
no, I'm not talking about like our local guys or the most recent little people who get elected or take power in the most recent times. Not necessarily those guys. Old school, okay?
Oh, you mean like Henry VIII or Richard II or some of them?
Well, more than just European, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Genghis,
I
Genghis
didn't wasn't just
Khan.
singular. That's who came to mind first.
Okay, Genghis Khan. And all, well, those were, hey, what's up, unknown? Yeah, those also British, right? You damn colonial. Okay,
Don't speak to him, Nathan. It's a heathen.
it's a red coat. I'm joking.
We were totally kidding with you.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the guy with the white wigs. Don't speak to him, Elizabeth. You know.
But
No, you're right. I have noticed a trend, you know, with beards, and it must be a time for shaving because Storm took off his beard,
yeah, I don't.
and
I've never
I'm like,
worn a beard.
yeah, what's that? That is weird. You know, the Storm's had a beard for, gosh, 20 years. And suddenly he came out and he goes, "What do you think?" I said, "Who are you and what have you done with my husband?" And
Pod person.
I'm like, I said, "It took 20 years off of you." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I don't know who you are." but but it was, you know, is Storm's kind of like what Tim's showing here is kind of not a baby face, but a younger face because we're used to
Yeah.
the beard, and beard equates with authority and wisdom and the old
Right.
man of the clan and that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's something deep in our blood about, deep in our learning and our blood and our culture goes way back. It might even be genetic memory about beards and
Yes.
authority and father and etc. Right?
Alpha male, if you will.
When we snuggle you up as babies and the beard dangles in your face, it creates these childhood memories.
Yeah, I want to lash out and be mean, and I was like, no. Yeah. That's it. Yes, that primal scream. Please don't
I
do
don't
that.
remember that. Oh, speaking of beards on people, did y'all see when I went to Hellbent Holler at the video I did, and I went, "Are these people real?" And I tugged his beard on stage. It was awesome. I was like, "I'm so sorry. Thank you for playing along." Yeah, Hellbent Holler.
Thank you for
I,
not hurting me.
I saw that one.
It was funny. It was funny. I did it on camera. It was so. I can just imagine how the onlookers were like, "Who is this dude talking to our people? What's up, Rachel?"
Hey, Rachel, welcome back.
All right, so ice cream engine
What's
mustache.
up, Screamage? Yeah, you scared the crap out of me earlier.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
That was
Must.
cool. Thank you so much, bro. That will go to something.
I don't know. You know, I like a mustache on a man as long as the rest of his face is clean. I don't care for the mustache and beard. It's okay as long as it's, you know, groomed. You know, baby face is fine as long as it's groomed. I guess that's really what it comes down to for me. As long as clean and looks right, I'm okay with it. Lenny, who
Okay.
is Lenny? I don't know Lenny. He's cheating on me. Some babe called Lenny.
Anyone is,
Just Lynn, okay, guy. I love you too, but no, just Lynn.
but yeah. I am reading the chat
Oh,
now. I'm a little
Yeah.
slowing down from earlier. I was going fast earlier.
you were swinging from the mushroom coffee.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling it, but heck yeah, I'm still feeling it.
Yeah.
But I'm done.
Oh, and Oates killed the mustache? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I wish I
I
had a.
wasn't listening to Mustache. I like their music. I
You know what?
I wore a mustache when I was in the army.
I did for
It,
part of the time. Go ahead.
I was just going to explain to them that the mustaches in the army are very, very pencil thin, and they can't extend past the edge of the lips. And everyone calls them Hitler stashes, although they're a little bit wider for fairness.
Yeah,
mm, that
yeah. I
little
had. Mm,
that little half a mustache that Hitler wore was
Yeah.
something of a just a way to make fun of him. I swear. Yes, I know, Screamy Engine. I'm giving you trash.
but I had. I tried to. Yeah, they didn't like it, so I had to get rid of it in the army. Mine
Yeah.
naturally goes out, right? I Y'all have not seen. I look like Bigfoot. Okay, I do. When I got a full beard, it just goes like oh and jur.
Nice.
I'm not
Man,
going to
Mountain
do that.
Moose, huh?
Mhm.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I will do this. It's fine by me. I mean, I I had in high school, I wore a goatee, right? And I just let it go and I was getting rid of, shaping the goatee. And it was big and like, oh my God, it was like a mask of a goatee. It was so I don't have any pictures of it, though I kind of am glad on one hand, on the other side, I'm like, I should have taken pictures of that. That would have been funny.
I think a
Mhm.
mustache should be okay with you, but a whole beard to make you shorter.
Uh,
Because the eye draws down.
Mm.
I'll have to take your word for that. I've never noticed that. I mean, I've never. Okay, but yeah, my beard when it goes down and and in, it doesn't go out. It goes in, and
Mhm.
it's like a straight up like Bigfoot beard, and it matches my hair. Let me tell you. So yeah, my hair. I
Red?
keep it tied up for a reason. Okay, it goes. It's like it grabs shit. So I'm not gonna. it,
You mean explodes like that?
well, it likes to go and shut doors and get caught in stuff, and I had to get. I pulled pins out of my hair before where I walk next to a desk and I feel something. I'm like, oh, there's a pin in my hair. It grabbed a pin for real. It just does. That's why I keep it tied up.
Uh,
But
I look like a female version of Hagrid or something. I don't know. It just wild. It always has been.
you're on the quantum show, Harry.
Yeah, my mother could have kept her mustache. Anyway.
Yeah, but hey, I went was talking about all that stuff, and that seems to be a human trait until you get back to the Anunnaki. They had beards, right? The Anunnaki had beards. They have them portrayed in the statues and the carvings. They had big beards, but then they were like huge people. And I believe a question came up. Speaking of Anunnaki, right? A question came up. Uh, since we've been finding so many iterations of humanity of modern humans going further and further and further back, while the other iterations of the the dead ends humans that didn't evolve with us, right? They didn't
Uh-huh.
survive. They were alongside modern humans. So my question is, well, I didn't. It's not actually my question. The question came up: which iteration of humanity did the Anunnaki alter? That's a nice, interesting question I had not thought about before because we tend to, you know, compartmentalize Anunnaki did this over here, but ancient history says this, and they don't mix. Well, it's the same planet. We've been doing the same thing. It's the same. It's not like one thing happens over here and one thing happens over here. It's happening here, here. All of it's are happening here, and it's going along here. Um.
Nathan,
So.
don't you think, though, human beings are kind of arrogant in that we think we're the end all be all,
Hmm.
and yet those same studies are saying that these pre-human intelligences were on a par with ours or even better.
Okay.
You know, so I'm looking at that too. I had thought about this, and don't you think that some of the catastrophes that have happened since those people left, you know, may have wiped out those more intelligent human specimens, and they're left with us.
Are you talking about things like Gobekli Tepe and stuff like that?
Yeah, sorta.
Well,
When
I
I
mean,
say catastrophes, like the Great Flood, that's documented history.
yeah.
And the assertion that no one survived except Noah's family. Well, I don't know. 7 sets of genes are not enough to repopulate the Earth. They really aren't.
Oh, not at all. That was
So
Noah's Ark seems to be a placeholder story for something that it's the best way we can understand it, at the
yeah,
time. The easiest way to preserve something is to simplify it. Make it into what? A fairy tale, you know? So
or a
you
myth.
right. What do those have in there? They have simplistic explanations, you know, uh Red Riding Hood, okay? Red Riding Hood is a good example of the big bad wolf. What is that really representative of? You know, that sounds like a very bad, mean story, but it's
The
told.
original was horribly graphic,
Yeah,
and
but what
we
was it
think of a
based
wolf
on?
about the size of a very large German Shepherd, maybe even something large. Okay,
Right. Well, I'm
but
thinking that's
wolves
the
are
whole story was
huge.
symbolic. The whole story was symbolic, and unfortunately, it has to do with an abuser and a home invasion and a murder.
Hmm.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Right.
But we remember it so well because it's got fantastical, childishly understandable elements to it. The Pied
Right.
Piper, right? The Pied Piper. That's another one.
Oh yeah.
That's a plague tale, right? Ring
Humpty
around the
Dumpty.
rosy. What, Kim?
Humpty Dumpty. Humpty
Humpty
Dumpty was
Dumpty.
the king.
Uh huh.
Yeah. All these stories are childlike takes on actual events, you
Hmm.
know? So, uh,
Eeny,
those,
meeny, miny, mo is druidic counting.
Yeah.
mhm,
The One of the big things with those nursery rhymes, they were created in order to talk about a situation without drawing the ire of a higher authority and maybe losing your head or getting burned
right.
at a stake.
But the story stays
Yeah,
it remains. The
there was a
story,
lot of them. They didn't all survive.
yeah, we're still they're still being discovered, and but a lot of these stories, like you said, Noah's Ark in the beginning,
Hmm.
okay, seven sets is not enough. You're right, it isn't. We have found, now I will pull from Star Trek, who pulls from actual science, 42 couples. 42 couples, when you
Hmm.
talk of male and female, are enough with selective breeding and guided husbandry, right? It has to be that way to be able to have a viable society after after a handful of generations, right? Say 3 generations of guided. breeding. Then intermingling can happen because they're all too close for 3 generations, as
Right.
far as I remember.
No, and you're right. Our genes are kind of odd too, in that uh, you can get a successful breeding from say, a niece and uncle, but you can't do it from a daughter and a father.
Right.
It's a mess, and whatever
Right.
breeding
Not
comes is a
viable.
mess too.
Right. That's not viable.
No,
It's too close. That's why 3 generations seems to be, I don't know, I mean, sufficient for enough differences, mutations,
yeah,
different combinations to grow out of the original genome sequence,
right. Well, it's
right?
just one of the reasons why the aristocracy and the royalty is facing the trouble they're having now.
Oh,
Is
you mean
that
the trouble they've had
they
for?
all share a grandparent.
Yeah, they've always faced that. We
Oh
lost
yeah,
somebody. Who was that? Thoughty Two YouTube channel says they bred themselves out of existence.
yeah,
They inbred themselves out of existence.
yeah.
I can't remember who
The
that was.
Habsburgs did that.
It must have been the Habsburgs. Giant chins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
it's
it.
Or
Habsburgs.
no chin, or no chin. It was dropped back into the throat so badly that the jaw didn't work properly, and I mean just an awful mess.
Yeah. Well, that's that. So
Yeah, and
I,
that
I'm
that
thinking that.
was the royalty of that time. And then Queen Victoria brought her little basket of goodies in too,
Mhm.
and ended up being what's referred to now as the grandmother of Europe.
Right. Well,
So
that's not necessarily the greatest of things. Sorry,
no, it
Tim. What?
isn't.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were. I thought.
Uh, you might hear Storm in the background. He's working with Keith.
Okay.
But the the thing is that it's unusual for a in the animal kingdom. They don't need as many sets of genomes as humans do.
Well, they already have. They have the mutations. They're
Right?
in all the environmental. I don't know. I don't know this, but it just stands to reason. We are in a set environment.
Yeah.
Humans, not every group of humans has their set environment, right? The only one I know of is urban American, okay, and suburban American. We have our set environments. Tim, your and my environments are not all that different. Yours is more spaced out, less people per square mile, etc. You know,
Yeah,
um,
I'm pretty rural, my
right,
area.
right. Our environments are not your Tim, Lynn. Our this where
Uh,
we're at right now.
yeah,
They're not
um,
that different. Go ahead.
there's an explanation for it. It's very very human. It's that you carry your culture with you,
Hmm.
and your culture sets the environment up around you. Like when you're a baby, you think about it. Your temperature is always going to be somewhere safe.
Hmm.
When you're an adult, your clothes will keep you safe. When you're even climbing Mount Everest, human culture keeps you safe.
Right.
And that's the reason why all of these environments are kind of similar, because we're all trying to recreate an arboreal forest that doesn't exist anymore. That's about
Right.
77 degrees.
That is an
The
interesting spin-off topic, bro. We're gonna have to go that.
I don't know if it's off topic or not. I think
Well, it's not off
it's
topic at
just
all. It's
right
on topic.
on topic.
I said that's a nice spin-off to another discussion, is what I
Oh
meant.
boy, is
Flip
it?
that.
You
Flip
know,
that.
that was did I say it backwards? I bet I did. Welcome to my world, dyslexic. Anyway,
Yeah.
it and what's funny is I can read a backwards uh, text just fine. It's when
Hmm.
it's forward I got a little trouble. So
I
I think it's kind of a mirror effect or something.
exactly. I think that we tend to read from both ends toward the middle with dyslexia, and it creates that mirror effect.
Yeah, yeah. My son talks that way. He starts in the middle and works his way out. It's maddening. You know, it's
Hmm.
like get to the point. You know, just get there sometime today.
Right.
You know, but you know he's had a chance since he was a kid out to get past some of that. But if he gets excited, the story is going to go on. And if he gets excited, he goes back to the beginning, which is in the middle, and works its way back out. Oh yeah, patience is my middle name.
Lynn, can you
Yeah,
see this comment?
I cannot.
It says Sydney Sweeney actually does have great genes, but by the time she breeds her kids, she will probably have more arms than Callie.
Sydney Sweeney.
But, she's
Oh.
not. She doesn't look at the stuff that we see, right? Sydney Sweeney caused a big stir. The jeans company. She was doing a jeans commercial, right? Let me see if I can dig that up. I can actually play it here.
Jeans
That
as in Jeans or
yes,
Gene?
But
Jea.
it was a play on words. It was an eugenics joke, which is in
Oh
poor taste.
well, what's so what?
Let's see if I can rack
American
up
Eagle.
another copyright strike, y'all.
American Eagle model. Okay, she's an actress, eh?
Well, she is an actress. But this was a commercial. Okay, let me see if
Barely,
I can.
some would say.
Yeah.
She stumbled onto a stage once. What?
Maybe
You know,
walked past an acting class. I don't know.
Let me show you the commercial
oh,
and
okay.
maybe get a copyright strike. This is 30 seconds, and I'm not going to stop it.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney
She's so
Sweeney.
persuasive, isn't she?
See what I did there, right? I'm not here to tell
Ooh,
I'm
Okay.
not touching it.
Did I have a copyright strike?
I doubt it.
I'm going to go ahead and stop that. Am I still on YouTube? Am I still on YouTube? I'm on StreamYard. Am I still on
I
chat
mean,
room? Say yes on you or yes YouTube or YouTube yes or something.
are we
Well, the
still
way she
here?
talks, would she even get past foreplay to have kids? Or did I say that?
She
If you're looking at us on
Okay.
YouTube, are we still available there?
Yes.
Do we have a
Yes.
little circle in front of our nose?
Yes, I got. Oh, no,
Okay.
it's not. It's a block. It's a stop. It's a exclamation mark in a circle. This video has been stopped due to copyright issues. Okay.
Ooh,
they
Yeah, I know.
also sometimes mute the audio or the video depending on what type of copyright.
well, that's
it
good.
is.
At least we won't get 2 strikes.
Right. Well,
It
I got.
it's
Okay.
stupid. The system that's in place has very little human interaction in it, and sometimes a celebrity such as Sydney Sweeney can call upon her fans to abuse a show that is
Right.
yeah.
But I don't think that's going to come.
All advertising's good advertising.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to come up here because we were talking about her in context, right? I wasn't trying to sell her jeans. We were
No.
talking about human
You
evolution.
were reviewing the commercial, which is
Human
valid.
evolution or lack thereof.
Right. Well, we were talking about, viable pairs of genes, viable couples, and what it takes, how many generations of displacement it takes to have, different enough genome between a couple of individuals. It doesn't exactly,
Do you think that YouTube's sophistication has reached the pinnacle where it could understand the show?
It doesn't. That's the problem.
no,
That's the
it takes the
problem.
words
Yeah.
without the context. Right. It takes
Oh
the
boy.
words without the context. So
That's the reason you got to say things like unaliving people instead of
Right.
what actually happens on the news, because it takes the context, and the AI doesn't understand human context, and there's not enough people working at YouTube to straighten it out.
So if
Right, and
if
they
I
think
if I said pull the plug, would that work?
that's fine.
Euphemisms are great.
Yeah.
We can use circumlocution all we want.
Reaching the
Right.
great by and by.
Deleting from the search history of life. That's one, right?
Ah. In other words,
Self-invisibilizing
make
from
fun
the
of
index
them
of
while
reality.
being
What?
perfectly serious. I say, in other words, make fun of them while we're perfectly serious. I got it.
Well, you gotta tap dance around the actual word,
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Self-invisible.
okay. The way I was brought up, trust me, I got
Okay.
it.
But yeah, that commercial. That's the commercial that got everybody up in arms about they're Nazis, that's white supremacists, that's genetic engineering to
It's a
white people. And I'm
freaking
like,
machine.
it was a
Yeah.
jeans commercial. People are so freaking sensitive. Oh my god. And it was kind of funny and over sexualized and blue. You
It was
get over it.
boring.
Well,
I never
yeah,
saw anything so boring in my life.
yeah, and unknown, it wasn't a big deal. People just get over your darn self is what I normally say. Get over your darn self. Oh my god. I didn't think it was a big deal at all either, and that was a recent thing that went down on freaking social media.
Ay,
Oh,
ay, ay.
but okay.
That is bizarre.
And you were talking about, okay, going back, right? Talking about Noah's Ark, and I said it was representative of something that could happen that's bigger than what was, right? It was the fairy tale version of some actual stuff that happened, right?
Right.
Because Noah's Ark, I'm sure, something like that did happen, but the locals who needed to carry the story forth didn't understand how to put everything down. They didn't have the context and stuff for it. That
You may not have understood what happened either.
so they dumbed it down for them.
I think John No Memes has it right. People are dumb.
Yeah,
No.
people are dumb, so they dumb it
Well,
down.
the only reason we recognize and remember the Noah's Ark story is because of the Bible. I mean, really. Otherwise,
Right.
it would probably not be as common a story. But most people don't realize that that story is echoed in every culture on the
And you know
planet.
what every story sounds like? It sounds like Little Red Riding Hood.
Mhm.
It sounds like the Pied Piper. It sounds like
It's
it sounds like a fairy tale. It sounds like mystical, crazy, godly elements, fairy elements, things like that.
Yeah.
But we can understand that. We can take it from generation to generation, not forget the story. That is, I mean, people say our one superpower. I've heard this said. I didn't say it, right? This is not my quote. Humanity's superpower is the ability to forget. And we do forget
Oh,
so
yeah.
well. We forget things so well. But that's why fairy tales exist, to remember those things that we don't want to forget. Oral histories, they're not told. We've heard oral histories being told. They're told in in fashions of things that you will remember, right?
Hmm.
Fairies and monsters and giants. All that stuff was real. Raven's coming in the side door, coming in right at good timing. What's up, Raven?
Hi.
Hi, Raven.
Hello, hello, hello.
We were just talking about how people can remember a story like Noah's Ark
Yes.
along the same frequency, the
I got an
circuitry,
echo. I
the
forgot to
chip.
turn off my YouTube. I was listening and I wanted to say
Okay.
something about that.
Well,
And that is,
hold on. Let me bring you in, right?
sorry. Okay.
I was telling about how we remember the story of Noah's Ark like we remember all the stories in Grimm's fairy tales, like fairy tales. It seems like a fairy tale until you start to dig into it, as well as everything in Grimm's fairy tales. There, that's where I'm at. That's where we're at. Go ahead. What's up, Raven? Welcome back to the Quantum Show. It's a quantum panel discussion.
Thank you. Thank you. One of the reasons why things are that way is because your centers of learning and all were coastal. The majority of the population was coastal. And when this flood happened, the only people that survived were the ones that were at higher altitude. They were your farmers and your sheep herdsmen and things like that. And so they then were left with trying to carry forth mankind's stories. And they didn't have the language and maybe all the details, but that's why it's so I don't want to say childish, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Simplistic.
Childlike.
Childish.
Yeah, these stories. And you're right. There are stories of a flood that are global. They're everywhere, and each one of them has kind of their own Noah of Noah's Ark, where somebody was told to build a craft.
Right. And I don't know if that was an actual boat or it was a symbolic one. Because when you say that, it could be
The exodus of a population.
right. It could be take these seed samples, Sweden, and put them in the ark.
Right. Because I've thought about this. I've given this great thought after seeing the craziness with the animals around my house. How in the hell are you going to have tigers and lions and bunny rabbits and the prey, antelopes, all in one boat? You'd have absolute chaos. And,
Right.
and how would you feed them? You remove the manure every day. That
Right.
alone
That's
is
the
crazy.
that's the childlike element of it. They can't say they took genetic material from all the species.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna fucking remember that.
No.
You know, nobody's
They
gonna
wouldn't
remember that.
understand what that meant, but that would be the only way to do it.
Right, we're talking
And that
about
would require
Yeah.
alien involvement.
well,
Yeah,
okay, to
absolutely.
understand we retrieve genetic material from all these species, you would have to have first a context and not be a farmer who understands that stuff, or a shepherd who would understand. Oh, that's what that meant. No, you got who do you Raven? You said it. Who we got? Farmers and shepherds and tradesmen and stuff like that. They're kind of busy, right? They're kind of focused on their jobs, so they don't have time to memorize the freaking dictionary.
Yeah,
or
they didn't have the same
encyclopedia.
education. I mean, they
So they
were
made
in charge
fairy
of
tales.
feeding everyone. So they
Right.
knew
That
about
was a hard life. So
Yeah.
instead of making it more complex, they told their kids the fairy tales of, wow, instead of genetic, let's just say they took rabbits and lions. We're not going to tell them we took a sample of their DNA. What does that mean to a kid? Nothing.
yeah.
Did you know what I was told? They were all sedated. I'm very serious. That's exactly what my
Okay.
parents told me. I
My
asked
knee,
this question: how in the heck did those critters all manage to
As soon
deal
as
with
they
each
entered the
other?
ark, they had a tranquilizer dart. Boom, boom.
yeah, my knee jerk reaction to that would be, did they
Yeah.
have cryogenic stasis?
Yeah.
I always heard they only took the babies, the baby ones, so that they could get through the doors.
Oh, that too.
But there you have it. I mean, how many different versions of this story have we heard in the last 2 minutes?
Yeah.
It's clearly to me the Sumerians telling a story of an ancient flood that's lost its context chains.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
they're telling you about a
it-
flood. It flooded a lot back then. It could have meant anything to the Euphrates River that the Nile meant to the Egyptians, but the context chain has been lost.
Okay.
Well, and Egypt was the last was not even part of that story.
Right.
It was up in Iraq. It's where
Mhm.
Right.
Mount Ararat
Ararat.
exists still, and it, you know, like I said, the furthest we've been able to go back with that story has been the Sumerian text that we've been able to translate so far, and that only involved a guy in a raft.
Mhm.
There
Yeah.
is either a
So-
Chinese or a Japanese one that's of equal age. I think I can't remember if it's Japanese or Chinese. They have a flood story with a
Mhm.
Noah character. This same researcher postured that we had a very, very advanced civilization beforehand. These were not primitive people like
Mhm.
you always see. And that we don't know about a lot of that stuff because, of course, these things got wiped out by Mother Nature, and those that survived were not exposed to the high tech ways that the people in the city lived and what all they had. But that they're starting to find these incredible pieces of out of place civilization in the coal mines. And they'll have like a layer that has like dinosaur bones. And then under that, they'll find like human artifacts, tools
Yeah.
and pottery
They're
and
not
stuff like that.
starting. That's been going on for like 50 years
And
or
supposedly
longer.
they found a
That's not
coffin
new.
with somebody in it that had they were like in a stasis thing. It was a female, and the liquid was like a pink, and it was somewhere in Russia, in a Russian coal mine.
Hold on. I'm going to have to get a reference. Do you have a reference for that? Can you
No.
bring it up real quick?
I hope well, I might because it was one of these I usually save things and then I just can't find them in the computer again.
You file it under miscellaneous, don't you?
Well,
Know how I know that?
I
I do too.
I've gotten it by month now. I'll just put rabbit hole.
Found it.
Okay.
Refers to the legend of the Tisul princess, a supposedly perfectly preserved woman discovered in a marble sarcophagus in Siberia in 1969, suspended in a mysterious pinkish liquid and appearing lifelike, with claims of impossible age, 800 million years, and advanced technology. Wow. And it goes on, AI overview. Thanks, Google. Though this story lacks credible evidence and is widely considered a hoax of folklore, real ancient mummies like the Siberian Ice Maiden have been found in Russia but don't match the fantastical details of the Titul tale. I need more links, and I don't have it. In 1969, in Russia, we did have recording devices, but I don't know if the Kremlin is ever going to dig that
The
deep.
miners said that as soon as this was, they contacted the authorities and then the uppity ups. The government came in, dismissed everybody. They abandoned that mine and relocated them elsewhere, and then they were not to talk about it.
I wish I.
Yeah, and that does happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need. Yeah, Tim is talking is commenting on what I said on the comment before. We are the descendants of the primitives that remember the weird shit that happened back in the day with the advanced civilizations. They're not here anymore. They either left or they didn't make it, right? We are the primitive descendants. And but I have heard the Tisul princess story before. But as of right now, it is an urban legend. And unless we, maybe they're talking about it on the space station in Antarctica. Remember that time we found some shit in the ice? And they can talk about it there, but they won't talk about it
Yeah.
here. because
No.
we get along great in Antarctica and the space station, but nobody wants to get along on the ground. But when it really counts, they want to get along.
Well, too, I've mentioned, my dad was a conservationist and also a drainage contractor, and he had gotten a job on a field that needed, drainage so that it would produce properly. And he discovered something, which before he knew what happened, they were on him. They made him move all of his equipment. He was told to whatever he saw, he didn't see. Go home and shut up.
Do you remember the
They kicked
details?
him off. Pardon me?
Do you remember those details of that story?
Not enough to make a difference. I know it was one of the mounds
Oh, was it
near Indiana border. That's as much as I recall. Of course, I wasn't privy to what he was doing and where, but later on, he was a professor at Ohio University, Ohio State, that is, and he was told he was not to tell that story under any circumstances. All the artifacts that he had accidentally dug up were taken from him, and he was kicked off the property, and not by the farmer,
right?
by a university.
Right. Scream is saying, "Yep, they eminent domain that and destroy everything." Yeah, it
Right.
sounds like he found some giants stuff.
I think he did, and he was always nervous since that point before he passed. That he wouldn't even accept a job in that area.
Yeah, you know
After
what?
that,
My brother told me a story, and he was doing construction in Colorado, and he was on the job. This is years ago, right? He was on a job, and they found mammoth bones. Well, they came in and they shut them down. They didn't hide the bones. This is just a small example to support your story, right? They didn't shut it down. They didn't destroy anything, but now it's a historical site. They found mammoth bones in Colorado. So they have to extract them, recertify the area, and then they can go on. So the people don't want to report that stuff.
Right. Right.
They don't want to stop it. They don't want to stop construction because that's not where their money is. Their
Yeah.
money is in keeping the building going, keeping the construction going, because that's their money thing. Stopping and calling in another thing delays their money. It stops their plan.
Yeah, they don't get paid while archaeologists are digging around and paleontologists are fucking around with the bones and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not their business.
Yeah.
And that's how they think. That's the bad downside of compartmentalization for humans. We're good when we focus. We're not good when we obsess. You know what I mean? We tend to obsess on stuff. That's why we have things in all these paranormal fields. Like, you got people saying they're demons, and then you got people saying it's all aliens, and all aliens are out to kill us, and all this fear mongering bullshit that happens, right?
Right.
So that's why it's not good to obsess. You have to be flexible. But then when we obsess over stuff like the industrial complex of building stuff, and something happens and you're not flexible, you shush it up. Don't tell anybody. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. You never saw anything. Just keep going.
here's an extra couple hundred for your silence.
Yeah.
What if they're lucky?
Yeah, if you're lucky.
And then if it's giants, here come the men in black, right?
Yeah. And I could not understand what the big secret about that is. Why did they have worked so tirelessly to suppress any information about the giants? And yet they allowed the History Channel to have those two brothers from Massachusetts that are Masons go ahead and put on a 8-part show or whatever that they had, 8-week thing on investigating these giants, and they found newspaper article after newspaper article and pictures, and they went all the way out to California to Catalina Island and dug up. So there's there's a graveyard, I guess, there of giants' bones. They allowed that to be on TV, but then they still deny any claims that that they destroyed any evidence that was sent to them. But yet every single one of those newspaper articles ended with something to the effect that they were sent to the Smithsonian, or representatives from the Smithsonian Institute came there and took them back with them.
Yeah.
They had them all, bunches of them. And these were from all over the Midwest and on west of us. And finally, it was Brad Olson. Brad Olson is a researcher in this field of paranormal stuff and, our unsolved history and so forth. I watched an interview with him, and that same question was asked of him. And he said that if they were to acknowledge the giants, then they would have to throw out Darwin's theory of evolution, and they would have to throw out everything that we have been taught in school about how mankind has evolved, and that we're the apex prime creature here on this planet and all this sort of stuff. And I still doesn't sit. I still think there's something more to it. And so I wondered, do you guys have any theories on that?
It doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't.
No, I mean, it's like it makes about as much sense as the Dewey Decimal System. Okay, it doesn't make any sense to me. It never did, and it never will. I am all for, if a fact does not hold up to scrutiny, fuck that fact. It's not a fact. It's alternative truth, meaning a lie. And and that thing about the giants, where they don't want to acknowledge it and redo our knowledge of history. Well, then our history needs to be redone.
Our history definitely needs to be redone on more counts than just the giants.
Oh yeah, we got ancient history. We got recent history. I mean,
go back to Tebe.
Yeah, that's ancient history. Shall we bring up the World's Fairs? Where's all that cool tech that we had? The robots of
Tartaria.
The household robots of the 1950s. Yes, I said the 1950s.
There's George Jetson.
Yeah, where'd they all go? Oh,
we were promised this stuff. Come on, we were promised. Okay. So was Disney spent millions to promise us on their channel that we would have these inventions and so forth. But
I want my hoverboard.
Yeah, you want your hoverboard, and I want my robot made.
On it.
No,
I've been given the green light, but it's like a time thing now.
Yeah. No, they put the truth of these things on 2 obscure channels, PBS maybe, Gaia, and another one I can't think of it. Discovery, is that right? That sound right?
Oh no, they're part of the narrative.
Not Discovery, but they are busy invalidating the channel, so that people think, oh, I'm just watching entertainment, instead of watching something that is based in fact. And there you go.
Y'all, it's been an hour. We got to take that little break.
Nathan needs coffee. I know it.
More than that. I'll be back. Okay. Break time. Grab coffee. Agents, Aliens, and AI. It's all in the kitchen if you want some too.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, I want my MTV.
We are living in Tard area now. Yeah, Tartaria. We're in the Tard part. That's funny. I meant to say
real close.
Cream, not cream. You are correct, cream. And I didn't see it in time. It's supposed to be scream. Yeah.
And definitely like, subscribe, and share. If you like this, if you're here, you're quantum. There's no such thing as a coincidence. You're here because you're here to hear what we have to say, what we have to show, what you already know too, in validation for those things.
On
So
Wednesday, we're doing a deep dive into Tartaria. If you're not doing anything screen on my channel, I have somebody guest on that um, Patty. Um, Patty knows a lot about Tartaria. She's really knowledgeable about all that sort of stuff and the mud flood and all that. She introduced me to all of this, and so if you're interested, that'll be Wednesday night on my channel. Do you know much about Tartaria, Lynn?
not a thing.
It's
I drive Tim crazy with that. But yeah, I'm open minded though, where a lot of folks aren't.
Tim, you've heard of it, haven't you?
Yes, I've heard of it because of a Noah 23 song called Tartaria.
Okay.
Okay, so why don't you explain what
look
Tartaria
different.
is?
What did you do different? We look different. I've been sitting here trying to figure it out.
I don't know.
You cut this off, didn't you? Okay, that's what it is.
It looks like he's got a hair extension across his chin.
Looks good.
Yeah,
Good.
I strapped
You
the
can see
beard
your
on
face.
Amish style.
Yeah, looks
you're
good.
gonna have to be careful if you take a snooze in the middle of it all. Well, no.
So,
That's funny.
Tartaria is an area of history that I don't want to explain it as conspiracy theorists, but understand that the thing on the side is telling me that. But it says that, like, it's supposed to be a piece of forgotten history, a country that no longer exists anymore, supposedly in like Russia or somewhere around Eastern Europe. And people are really, really passionate about whether it exists or not. And that's the reason I want to like reserve an opinion about Tartaria without like
you don't want to start a riot. I got it.
I don't. People seem to have strong feelings about this one, and I don't know enough about it to be like, okay, I have a picture from Tartaria, you know.
I'd have to sit and research it to have any opinion at all.
We're going to see what happens again this time. But I did a show with this Patty back a year ago I think it was January or February. And for the first time ever in this radio station's history, both recordings failed. We got cut off. All my pictures I had loaded just disappeared right before my eyes, right in the middle of talking on the show. And then the recording survived. Now, one recording was being made in California by the actual producer. The other one was being made at the computer hub in London, England. And yet both of them were blanked, just blanked out. Never has that happened before. And
did you check out who was in your front yard or their backyard for that matter?
There were so many computer glitches and weird things. We were late getting started because we were having troubles with the connection. It was unbelievable how much went wrong and tried to stop us from giving this show. So then the gentleman that has the radio program before mine, 2 weeks later, he started talking about Tartaria. His was wiped also. So this whole
sounds like our buddies.
It hits a nerve with the
government, apparently.
Government, I guess.
The only time we ever had that happen on Dimensions of Spirit was when we were talking about something very delicate, like say MUFON. Okay, MUFON, of course, is the reporting agency of aliens. We when we had Keith Andrews on the first time, man, they messed with us. And Storm understands how to take care of stuff like that, so that was cool. But it was like we had to stay 10 steps ahead of whoever was trying to block us in order to in order to do a show at all, there for about, I don't know, 6 weeks to 2 months.
Have you ever
And
had phone interference while talking to Keith?
oh yeah, plenty of times.
You ever heard like a knocking sound? Nathan and I experienced this too. It's like
That's the
somebody
sound
is
of it.
hammering something in the background somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So okay.
yeah, I do. And I've had it where I could hear the tap machine, and it's a phone tapping where they're recording what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, he's had it less in the last few years, but yeah, and we
Yeah.
have it.
Okay.
We have it back and forth.
That is so weird.
Yeah, don't have any idea why they care. There for a while, we, honest to God, had a black SUV and parked in front of our house. You know, got
Mhm.
me pissed off the place where I ordered pizza and delivered it to them. My
Raven, we have
compliments.
Raven, we have a question for you. You are center stage. Who
Oh,
wants to know about your banner to your
oh,
left?
okay. This is all Viking stuff here. This is Yggdrasil. This is the world tree, the symbol for that. Right below that is Hugin and Munin. Those are the two ravens that sit on Odin's shoulders, and they're tasked every day with flying out all over the world. And then in the evening they come back, and then they tell him everything that's going on in the world. Okay, so then right above that, this is kind of like just a stylized Viking ship, but in the middle of that, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is I can't pronounce. Even looking at it, I can't pronounce the word correctly. Something like a hexaphis, something to that effect. Anyway, it is a symbol for good luck, and it's especially having to do with traveling. I've got this little symbol on a sticker on my rearview mirror in my Jeep, but it's to keep you from getting lost and to have safety and protection. And this is just a bigger one of that. I've seen that too. This right here is called a walnut. It's also another symbol used in accordance with Odin mostly.
Yeah, I got something else
Everything,
for that.
Walnut.
everything with the Vikings is
Nordic
three.
Nordic trad.
Yeah.
You ever hear of the 9 doors of Asgard or 9 doors of Midgard?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, 9 doors. That's
Yeah.
also
9 plays a big part of their mythology, and the world tree here. Like we're on one of these branches, but there are 9 branches, and one of them belongs to the elves, one belongs to the frost giants, one belongs to humans, one belongs to the gods. That's Asgard, and then some of these things I just can't even pronounce them.
Well, they're
Type them
Nordic.
Yeah,
Show them
and
on
I'm
the
not.
screen. Type
Indeed.
them. Type them.
Hmm?
Copy paste. Type them. So
Okay.
find somewhere and type them.
Okay,
You don't have to say it. Just display it.
I'm trying. I've been getting better at it. I used to call it Yggdrasil, and it's
Yggdrasil.
yeah. No, that's not how you say. How did I say it? Well, it looks. I was trying to sound it out phonetically, like you do English words,
It
right?
don't work like that.
And the Y is pronounced more like an E. Yggdrasil is the world tree. Let me see that.
The English butcher it further, calling it Yggdrasil.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't have it in this one here, but I'll put it.
I got it for you.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm putting it in chat.
Okay.
In private chat or
Yeah,
there it is.
I've got
Yeah, Yggdrasil.
I've got to put it up here. I've got to put it. Thanks for the cue.
So sometimes people say Yggdrasil, but no, it's Yggdrasil. Am I saying it right, Raven?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the world tree.
Right.
Man, The people love their banners. I just did a Norse decor banner. There are tons of them.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just Google that. Screen, Google it,
Sit-
and those
And
symbols
I
are all
wear
over.
it. Let's see if I can get it to go in
I
there.
got my biking helmet is right back there. Maybe I should put that on.
See the
Got my
tree?
oh yeah.
Oh, it's here. There we go.
There you go. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very beautiful gold blur. Love it.
Mhm.
Sorry.
It's silver. It's silver bling.
Okay.
It's Nordic. Yeah.
Here.
A lot of people are wearing it more as
Yeah.
a general universal symbol now than necessarily straight up Nordic, although the Nordics will say that's ours. And you'll see it a lot in mother's jewelry and things like that because trees are feminine with all of their branches and that. So
Okay. But yeah, Scream, Google, they're all over the place. They are all over the place. You can buy them from Etsy to eBay
Timu.
to
Yeah,
all.
Timu.
You can buy
Timu has a lot of that, and some of it in steel and some of it in regular 9 to 5 silver.
925. You mean not 9 to 5? That's a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I have a
Yeager or Tiger?
hmm?
Oh, I was looking at Tim's she-wolf comment.
Where is my I've got a raven pendulum. Where did I put that? It's a raven skull that's about this long
Hmm.
on one end, and then it's got a black onyx on the other. Where did I put that? That I got from there.
So one of my favorite pieces of jewelry, of course, is this ring, but I also wear a necklace that has Yggdrasil on it, and or Yggdrasil rather, and this is my favorite. It's got a magnifying glass on it, which is always helpful. Somebody can't see their nose in front of their face,
Right? Yeah.
and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can't read the computer anymore without these reading glasses because they gave me the wrong. They gave me the wrong contacts this week. I can see great 30 feet away, but I cannot see a foot in front of my face to read the computer. It's driving me absolutely crazy. So that's why I'm wearing glasses tonight, which defeats the purpose entirely of even having contacts, right?
Yeah. I wear
my glasses, right?
I wear glasses because I have a kind of a nasty scar under an eye. So
We are having the flashing green light from Aussie saying, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum of all the crazy cat videos. You ended up here. Thank you for coming to the quantum panel discussion. And yes, an interesting thing about the Norse culture of everything that it's derived from are they were run off by the Federation. They said, you can't do that. You can't do that. Norse gods, you can't do that. According to Keith Andrews, they said these guys, you can't interfere with their development. We need them the way they are. So they left. They went away. Frost giants, they went away. Everybody went away. The Norse, the Hellions, that's where that word comes from, and yeah, they all went away because Federation came around, or what does he call it? Conglomerate? No. Does he call it conglomerate?
Conglomerate.
Yeah. The aliens on the council. Keith has the word for it.
Oh.
Oh, Confederation? No.
No, that's not his word.
Consul? Gosh,
No.
Consulate.
damn it. And he
Those
has
are our words.
said that, and I can't call it up.
You know what? I'm just gonna Google it. He's on Google, by the way.
Keith is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's doing something.
So there's a healer by the name of Sonia Grace, and she's was exploring her Scandinavian heritage and went to look at all the different stone, circles and so forth throughout
Consortium.
Consortium.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said that all those Norse gods and goddesses are real, and you are able to summon them if you go to one of those stone circles.
Yeah.
Raven, they're all
ahead, Tim.
real. They're all real, Raven.
Yeah.
They're all real. Gods and goddesses are all real, and I'm sorry we got to this point.
Don't be sorry. Bring it.
Okay, they're all real. I mean, if you want Cliff Notes version, look up American Gods on Amazon. They all came over here with the beliefs that we instilled in them. They're all real. Every one of them that somebody has believed in, there's a God out there that represents them. And that is the danger of gods and goddesses. They're all real.
Right.
And some
Even
of
if
them
you
are
say-
hungry. Some of them are very, very hungry because
Okay.
they haven't been talked to for a long time.
That's what she said. Yeah.
But that is the danger of gods and goddesses, is that they are all real. If you place a belief in them, you have the problem that you have with demonology, that once you instill a belief in it, it gives it substance and form, and it allows it to interact.
Right.
Human 0 point energy.
Yes.
Manifestation.
Yes.
It's better, I believe,
I will.
if you just take the jump, take the plunge, or take the jump, or whatever it is that you're sitting on, that fence, that flagpole, whatever it is that you're trying to clutch, that last living rod, just go ahead and freaking do it. Because once you realize the divinity that exists inside you, it is empowering, and it will help you recognize other people and their gods.
Okay. Cool. That's deep. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if the Muggles are going to catch that one, Tim.
It's
Clip
gonna be
that.
hard. It's gonna be hard for them.
I get it.
It'll be hard. It'll be
We
hard.
get it, but we
I'm
think on
trying-
a whole different level.
Yeah.
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 There you go. You heard it on the Quantum Show. You little Muggles. Get with the program.
There's a interview
And
that I
what are you doing with this steak? And how's come you got all that firewood? And oh shit, he's got fire too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I've been there. I've been there. I've been in that vision, or that reality where you see your friends as devils and gods, and Satan is trying to nail you to a cross. But it's if you go with it, that's exactly what happens. If you don't, if you envision a more powerful place beyond all of that, then you're attempting to clutch the last living rod, the thing that the catalyst that brought us all into existence, the force, Nathan. Yes. And if you're all that stands between that and that last spark of life, then yes, indeed, touch it, Become God, become the devil, become whatever it is that you fear the most, because that thing needs you. But don't do it except in an emergency, is my advice.
Okay.
You know?
You
Yeah.
mean a life or death situation? Emergency?
Yes, that's why there's no atheists in a foxhole.
Aha. Gotcha. I've heard that before. Yeah.
It's
They'll
true.
believe in their self, if nothing else. They'll believe in themselves, if nothing else.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And American Gods nailed it. I read the book. The TV show was not so great. First 2 seasons, great. Third season, everybody's just on drugs. Forget it. Don't even bother watching. Right?
Yeah.
It's just everybody's on drugs after that. It just like just nothing paranormal, nothing supernatural happens. It's just a bunch of people on acid, and you're looking at them, and you're not seeing what they're seeing. It's just a bunch of people and weird camera angles. But read the book. The book is awesome.
And trying to produce a product.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, the book was freaking awesome, and I'm glad you. Thank you for shouting that out. But
Thank you for letting me shout it out.
hell yeah!
I mean, more
No, I'm
muggles, more muggles need to be kicked in the teeth and woke up. I'm sorry. There's a group of us that wants everyone to go to sleep, and there's a group of us that wants everyone to be awake. And I prefer everyone to be conscious of their fact that they're divine. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You heard it here on the Quantum Show. If you're not ready for it, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get ready.
If they're here, they're ready. If they find us out of how many cat shows, you know, they are.
Clip that.
There's no
Clip
such thing
that.
as coincidence.
Clip that.
Clip that.
There is no such thing. And we don't find out things and can't absorb them until we're ready. We're stubborn that way.
Right, and you know what? There is an interesting thing that happened recently, and I've told y'all about this before. This happened several months ago. A friend of mine went to Mexico to do DMT, the screamy way, right? The crazy way, the all at once, the all in way, right?
Ah,
And every let me tell you, everything that he described, every part of it, we've all done. We took the long way round. We've done it, and he was like, he got kicked into the teeth, Tim. He took that he just had all of it happen all at once. All the shadow people seeing multiple realities, jumping realities, experiencing them all, talking to these other beings, and realizing we are beings of energy and light, and realizing the divinity within us. He didn't grow into it. He didn't study and assimilate it slowly. He had it bam, bam, bam. Right here, this is what you get.
I'm all for immersion, but damn.
Yeah, that's exactly how he described it. He goes, it hit me like a Mack truck. I think he said something like that, but that's the way I discerned it, right? That's the way and I'm like, and then I got him to talking about it, and he was telling me everything that we have ever talked about here, and we've been doing it for 30 plus years. I can't believe we can say that now, but we've been doing this stuff for 30 plus years, and nothing he said to me was new. I was like, yes. I was like, yes. You're getting there. You're getting there. And he never lost. He never. Unlike what we do, we finish a thing, right? We finish a thing. He starts it, like gives the headline and goes to the next headline when he was telling me about it, because he didn't have the experience of doing all this stuff, of using ritual to make manifestation, to get in touch with our inner divinity, to realize that we are beings of energy and everything around us talks back to us, whether we hear it
Yes.
here or not, right?
Yes.
He was describing all of it. We talk about it every week.
Yeah.
And we have been going through this for 30 years, and we grew into it. He was slammed
See, and
into it.
I'm so
Yeah.
grateful that I've never done anything that slammed me into reality like that. I don't know that I could have handled that. No,
Yeah.
I'm
I
very
mean, I
serious.
know it's
But
shocking. I mean,
I think you have, Lynn.
Sla-
Whatever trauma and this experience has led to you getting to this level of an enlightenment, the long way around is the same as the shortcut. It's just a matter of getting there before you die.
See,
Yeah,
that
and
was my question. When somebody does enlighten in that fashion, do God, what's the question? It's is it superior to having gone the long way, or is it just the same?
well,
I
see,
You don't have the experience to be able to reach out to it.
and the time to digest it and think about it after it
Yeah.
happens in a gradual
Can
way.
you imagine having it all at once and
I mean,
saying,
that
I know
somebody could go,
everything?
somebody could go
What?
crazy, literally have mental problems after an experience like
What
that.
wasn't it Indiana Jones of Crystal Skulls? Okay, remember how the woman coveted all that knowledge and they just let her have it?
Yeah.
Wham! Right between the eyes,
Yep.
and she went completely mad.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
You
think
know,
yeah,
that happens
right.
to a
that
lot of
is
people.
that even a consideration with that?
I think that's what happened to a lot of people. I think trauma unlocks that God gene or whatever that is. There's a genetic predisposition to either believe in God or not believe in God, or have some combined belief in God
Right. Or
based
the
upon
ancestors, or however it manifests for you.
however it manifests. Yes, however it manifests for you. But there has to be a reason for this. Why we as a culture have settled on this fact that some of us believe in something so strongly that it exists, and some of us believe in nothing at all. You
Yeah.
know,
And it doesn't matter.
and
That's
it
a
doesn't
question.
matter, right? And it
Yeah.
doesn't
Does
really
it or
matter.
it doesn't? Scream Engine just wrote something I think is very profound. This is a support group for me. I've had all the ingredients, but not the cookware. That
So
is
that's
that is awesome.
a good saying. Clip that.
You get that in that book of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah, seriously, because that is profound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've felt in the last 2 years. I had all the bits, but didn't know how to string them together, or get them into the pan, so to speak. And you know, I've been at this quite a while, and suddenly one day it just kind of coalesced and said, "Here it is." My belief system's been pretty steady throughout the years,
Mhm.
with little bits of enlightenment on the side, like looking at Buddhism from the side, looking at Christianity from the side too. I was raised Christian, but I didn't understand it at that time anywhere near as well as I do now.
Right.
So things have kind of coalesced here and there, and I've been able to get them on the pot and have popcorn. Realize, oh yeah, this is how it works.
Mm.
Manifesting never came
Yes.
together fully until I started doing that. So it takes time, it takes effort.
Sorry, I'm doing
That
some
must
There's
be
behind.
a
nothing I
long.
does. There's
just kind
nothing
of
I
whoa.
disagree with.
Yeah.
I remember being before my first communion. I was raised Catholic. I felt I had to keep it a big secret, and I wondered if it were even possible to keep secrets from God. But I always loved
Ooh,
ISIS,
that's a good one.
and I like prayed to ISIS, but then I would go to school and I'd have to pray to Mother Mary. And I, as a kid, I would worry about them finding out about each other, and if they would fight, or if I would get in trouble, or if they would each of them reject me because of the other, my attention to the other. And I used to just really get in my head and worry about this.
Yeah.
Even to this day, it's
I can
funny,
see your point to worrying about it too,
to
because
this,
a lot of the old traditions really encourage you not to mix.
right.
Because you put well, we'll put an icon of the Mother Mary on the same mantelpiece as we have, say, Zeus, Athena. Okay, there's two Greek gods.
Mhm.
Then we'll throw in some Mauritius and all of that, and wonder why our house is chaotic. And that
I
doesn't.
don't like
We'll
it.
do that. And I've had people ask me, "What do I do? My house just seems to be in one quandary after another." I said, "Get your icons off the same plane, because your mind has them squabbling. So your present has them squabbling too, and you're manifesting chaotic mess."
Hmm.
She took care of that. House straightened right up.
Hmm.
That's not to say you can't mix traditions, which is what we call our different forms of religion. But, you know, respect them in their own space.
Yeah.
I have I actually have them both. I have both a statue of Mother Mary and one of Isis on my altar right now, next to each other. I think they get along. I think they're okay with it.
Yeah. Seeing as long as it does, it's not an issue.
I do. I wouldn't think. I mean, they're
I don't think I'd put Bast on the same plane as I would say Anubis, because they represent entirely different things, and yet they're both Egyptian gods.
yeah. They're there's a fascinating. What is the name of the book? Lady was being interviewed on Gaia TV about this author. She did some past life stuff, and one of her past lives that was recalled, she was present when all of those Egyptian gods landed in their spacecraft. And Thoth and Isis and Osiris and Anubis and what's the scarab beetle name?
I don't know. Scarab beetle.
Um,
I know that it represents one of them.
Horus, and there's one where it's a jackal.
Cloth. Oh, the jackal is Anubis. Cloth is the bird, has the bird beak and face.
Right. This one has it's the one who killed Set. Set is his name. He's the one that killed Osiris's brother. Anyway, they were all this family. They were all within the same ship, and they came out. Because I have always, and I still haven't got a sufficient answer that I am at rest with as to why they keep showing them with these animal heads on human bodies. And knowing what we know now about some of these ancient cultures, the Anunnaki were able to mess with DNA. They actually could have, although I don't. There was a race of cat people. So Bast, the cat goddess, that was in a likeness of these fifth dimensional extraterrestrials that are feline.
And yet, Keith brings up that many of the the actual aliens on other planets have a physique of cats. You know, some of them are dog people or wolf people,
Mm-hmm.
snakes, lizards, and the humanoids. So,
And what
it,
about like
it
the
makes sense.
grasshoppers that are great big and the praying mantis aliens that are like 9 foot tall, supposedly, you know,
You know,
you know, uh,
exactly. And he brings up these different creatures and peoples. So I shouldn't say creatures because he believes they're people. And it makes sense to me then that if somebody suddenly turned up on my in my backyard with a spacecraft and I was living in a hut with fire and thinking I was all that and a box of Cracker Jacks, because I had the fire,
Cracker Jack.
I might be real impressed with that. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if they could point something at me and I would drop down dead, I'd be real impressed with that. So we're looking at a situation where evolution is we think we're all that in the popcorn too. This is a toys that we have now, and yet common sense dictates that they're more powerful than we could have even thought of.
Mm-hmm.
So, where's the difference between us and the primitives millions of years ago? And we're finding out now it was millions, not hundred thousands. It was millions.
We've been
Some thought it might be billions.
and that hypnotist Sarah Brexman Cosme is her name, had done the whole thing on Atlantis and was talking about there was an epidemic, and they mixed some animal DNA with whatever the vaccination chemical was, but people got vaccinated and they used 4 different animals, one of them being a cat. And although nobody that got the vaccination showed any signs of changing or their physique being altered, it was when they had children, those children had qualities of whichever animal it came from. Pig was one of them, cat was one of them, and I'm thinking there was like
Wolves, probably.
yeah.
Birds.
And so the kids that were from, the only thing I remember is the cat one, of course. The kids
yeah.
unusual agility, jumping up. They could just jump from the floor up onto a dresser or a shelf or something, that they had just this incredible athleticism about them. And some of them had stunted fingers and had extra flesh padding, like where the paws, how their cat's paws got the padding like right around up in there. They had that. And some of them had facial hair, some of them didn't, but they had all these really, a couple of them were even born with like the slit eye, like a cat has, and their eyes would glow in the night. So, and what happened was they were so distracting from the other kids that putting them all together in the same school was proving to be too much of a hassle. And the government rounded these children up, and then they took them. They said they assured the parents that they were going to be okay, and
they would have to.
They took them to this little kind of isolated, like a little island, not far, and they ended up murdering them
after they
Raven,
experimented.
I would like references for this story because it sounds witchy.
it's
What
the
are you talking about?
Atlantis, that Sarah Brexman Cosme. She does the HHTP. Is that how it's HH? The quantum healing therapy. It's the QHTT, quantum healing something technique. Yeah, it's in the book. It's in that book.
Oh, here, screen mentioned QHHT.
QHHT. Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
What, Sarah? Who?
Sarah Brexman.
You're gonna have to spell that Brexman.
BRE. I think it's CKSMAN. Cosme is COSME. I've got the book in the other room if you want me to grab it. Show you the cover.
and she
It's
gets a
the Atlantis book.
Yeah, if you can do it without, stirring up the cat realm.
Oh yeah. Here, just hang on here. Watch for ghosts.
grab it.
Okay.
Just have a watch go.
Well, we have this little moment. Let me say to Scream Engine, if you still have that thing, get it outside in the sunlight and put a salt circle around it and ask your deities to bless the thing and cleanse it, because it sounds like it's got a crap ton of negativity attached to it. Maybe spell work. Who knows?
He followed up. He got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
he
if
said
somebody came across it, you know what to do with it.
within a day or two of it gone, I realized just how heavy and black the energy was.
Yeah,
Real, mega loaded.
yeah. I've come across items that were heavy. Uh, my father-in-law gave me a sword before he passed away that I believe is probably a war sword from Asia. I think it might actually be Chinese or Japanese. I don't know for sure. It looks doesn't have quite the vibe to its Japanese, but it stank. And it was a psychic stink. And I was like, do I want this thing in my house? And I've felt a lot of unaliving of people in its hilt and in its blade. Sharp as a razor, that thing after years of neglect. And took it outside and put a salt circle around it, let it breathe in the sunlight, and it calmed right down. Didn't have any trouble with it, huh, Storm? It there's a lot of things that will gather the energy of someone that owned it or used it, and they have a heaviness to them, especially if the individual was a negative individual in the first place, or one that had a lot of bad things happening with them. So it's to cleanse them is first step. If they don't calm down right away, you might want to consider sending on the spirits attached to them, because almost certainly it has one attached. And the energy cleared up good. It went with it. Yeah. You might want to salt your place too, unless it's been a really long time ago. Then I'd say salt your place anyways. January. Just go to each corner of the rooms and give your house a nice wording. That's a blessing, you know. And see your home protected and your energy good and your health good, wealth coming in properly, and give thanks. Is all manifestation like that is activated by thanks. Great gratitude. The cat the cat realm is very quiet. Nathan is quiet.
I'm still
I,
here,
okay.
but Scream's story reminds me of something from the Hellier guys. They have on, I believe it's on YouTube and Amazon Prime. I think it's on YouTube though, for free. The Unbinding. I'm going to say that is recommended watching for the Quantum Show. It was so trippy. The story that they said about this bound, whatever it was, they called it the crone. But they were muggles at the time. They are presently explorers. Okay, they are explorers. They don't live in the quantum ufology, cryptology stuff that world that we live in. They live in the hidden culty secret teachings world of like Aleister Crowley and that side of things. Okay, the highly ritualistic stuff. They don't do it the applied sciences like we do. They do the theoretical and the stuff that they can't really get into. They can't they can't see it. They can't check it. They can't do it. They can't try it out. They can't immerse themselves like we can. They do it from a distance. They do some of the same things like the remote viewing. They do that. They do the Estes method communication. They do that, and they have results too. But the unbinding, I highly recommend you go watch that. It's freaky. Okay.
Well, too, though, Nathan, none of us hit where we're at overnight. We've studied for years.
Yeah.
They have to have their chance
Sarah.
to study for years too. Atlantis, and what does the
Didn't I
book
buy that?
actually say?
It says a hypnotist's journey to Atlantis.
Okay,
Eyewitness accounts of our ancient history.
and that's by
Sarah Brexman Cosme.
right. Cosme?
COS.
Cosme.
It's pronounced Cosme.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Did I spell Brexman right? I can't remember. Yeah.
Well, you said Brexman like KS. You said KS. It's Breskman.
Breskman. Yeah, sorry.
Bresk.
Hey. Sorry. It's just going from memory.
Right.
Now what do you do, right?
All right then.
Yeah, there's certain things like if somebody owns something that they've had just really a great time with, that just radiates good cheer and happiness.
Yeah, that's what Scream is. On the flip side of that, I have a hollow body electric guitar with the best juju I've ever felt.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Cool. So I missed some stuff here in the chat room. Did he say what he found as far as artifact? I heard you talking something about.
He said he got rid of the artifact, but it was just absolutely
Go over
full
it.
of garbage.
Let me go over it again.
And you were talking about smudging or.
Hold on, I'll get
Oh.
you there. I had an absolutely gorgeous gold-colored Egyptian statue back in 2012 that I got from a thrift store, and it came loaded with something damn nasty. I hated to get rid of it, but this thing was loaded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Within a day or two of it gone, so we got rid of it already, I realized just how heavy and black that energy was. Unreal, mega loaded. And he goes on to say, it's long gone now. The energy cleared up pretty quick. I've never felt heavy then. I've never felt as heavy then. All the bad stuff in life to now combined doesn't compare to even 5% of that heavy blackness this thing had.
Oh yeah, it was a bad thing. And
Yeah,
then he says
I
that
think
he,
the occupant was more than a mere spirit.
yeah, it was something that was used and repeatedly and just
we're getting there. This was a force. And then he says, I did assaulting, smudging, etc. It's been great since. But this thing absolutely was a giant black hole. And then he goes, on the flip side of that, I have a hollow body electric guitar with the best juju I've ever felt. Yeah.
Ah, okay, cool. Thanks for.
So there you go. There you go. Wait for the time to give commentary, people.
Yeah.
It's coming. Just wait for it.
Yes, sir.
Wait for it. Wait for it. But there's more.
I get excited, you know that. I'm
Be right
sorry
back.
if I interrupted you. Please forgive me.
I get it. But yeah, okay, we're at the end of the second hour. So, and by the way, I just tried to make clips, and it said I'm out of clips. I'm like, what are you talking about? I pay for premium. they upgraded. They made another level of premium, and I'm like,
Oh no.
I don't get to do that. And as per Scream Engine's very wise instructions, I'm backing up my hard drive, so I can't download anything yet. I'm like, it'll be done in a few minutes, but damn it, I'm at 96%, and it's been going on for like 2.5 hours. That one folder, the Quantum Show folder, is 2.5 hours. I don't
Oh
even know how
wow.
many gigs it is, but
Wow.
anyway. So I'm gonna like AI.
Scream
I'm
Engine's trying to hint us into a third hour. Buddy, I don't think I have that kind of juice.
No, I'm not another one. But if you want a third, if you want a set of topics or a topic or something, and if you have something, email me. I will be happy to cover it. Right? Happy to cover it. And I hope everybody saw this guy, right? Because I am I'm very pleased with how this has come out so far, and I'm trying to figure out how to make more of this. But it seems like it was a one-off.
What are you
And
talking about? Oh,
I saw it.
Oh,
It was
yes.
great.
wait a
I
minute,
loved
wait.
it. I loved it.
I screwed that up. I screwed it up. Let me do it again.
Now, is that? Did you
That's
send?
AI.
Yeah, but was it? Because it kind of looks like you as a Klingon.
It is me as a Klingon. Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah.
I
You
am
look pretty
Roger
good,
Gunn's
dude.
Quantum Show. If you are here, you are quantum. I am Roger Gunn. This is the Quantum Show. If you are here, you are quantum.
Yeah, I saw
Roger.
that and I said, that sounds awful familiar. And then I started snooping around. I said, oh, hi, Nathan.
Yeah,
I
Nathan.
love it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
You sounded like you were chewing nails or
How
something.
did you do that?
I had to bounce around from tool to tool to do it because one can't do everything, right? I went from Sora to what is that, Video Candy, to Copilot, to
Flow.
GPT 4 or 5, and all of them. I had to go through all of them. And I'm like, y'all are supposed to be this big advanced robot people that are so smart, and you can't make one little stupid video of come on now, you know?
Uh-huh.
Dude, I'm less frightened now than I've ever been before. Right? That's as good as it gets.
That was, I mean, it took me like 3 hours to make that. For real.
Wow.
I had to get the voice right. None of them want to do more than 10 seconds, right? That's a 5-second video. But I like the little flourish at the end, the little expression that was good.
Uh-huh.
And the fangs. I like the fangs.
I thought, where did he get a Klingon that looks like him?
that was one AI. It was make me a Klingon.
Cool.
AI, right? I just Googled all this shit. I tried to keep notes, but I was
You're quite handsome as a Klingon. It carries over.
Well, yeah, I know. I see that. That's Klingon forehead right there. Perfect for Klingon.
Nathan, the path I usually take is take the idea and create an image of the idea, and then work on animating the idea with the AI, and then I take it into something like Flow or Clipchamp where I can actually edit video.
You know,
in the end.
Clipchamp.
You're getting there.
Clipchamp. I was so confused. I guess I just dove in, right, to Clipchamp with no preparation, and it just overwhelmed me with and every interface
options.
Yeah, all that. Oh, God damn! I need Tim. Where's Tim? Help me, Tim.
There's a workstation under there. You don't have to use the AI to actually create the video on Clipchamp. You can use it as a standard left to right type of workstation like you're used to.
I did that. I got the voice right. I did a separate recording for the speaking
Hmm.
part, and I wanted it, and I layered it. It said put it in one layer. I was like, okay, put it in one layer. Copilot was helping me. Another AI.
Right.
Put the
That's
video.
usually who I have draw the initial picture.
Yeah,
Is
right.
is
I had
Copilot.
well, I took a photo. Right, I took a selfie with my hair down. That's kind of,
Yeah.
and it kind of looks Klingon without being Klingon, but whatever.
Nice.
Oh, like I just got to spend like 5 minutes with a pen on my forehead and Jody too, you know. Row, row, row. But
It's a really good, successful piece of animation that you put together.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I like that. It's my gosh, I don't know what he did, but he sure made it good.
That little expression at the very end that you
I
made,
know.
it was like that was the giveaway. I'm like, that's Nathan. Because I'm just like, oh wow. And there's like, that's Nathan.
In the future, it'll get even easier. He'll be able to run the whole show with us, and none of us be here.
Maybe. I mean,
Oh man,
No.
good words
I'm
are mouth,
serious.
eh?
They're getting to where they can clone human videos pretty damn good.
yeah. Look at.
I've
Let me
seen
bring
them.
up another channel. Julie McCoy. Are you familiar, Tim?
No, I'm not, but I am
Oh, you're
familiar
gonna
with
like.
Sora, which was what you were talking about earlier, right? Sora 2.
I was using Sora too. That was part of it, but Julie
Nice.
McCoy. She is an AI proponent. She has her own AI company, and let me just bring her channel up here. We're at the end of the show, right?
Nice.
Um, this is her channel, and the picture you see of her in the blue Star Trek shirt is
Nice.
her digital twin. The world's first 100% AI clone, humanly run channel on AI News. Welcome. I'm not going to read all of this. Welcome to the rabbit hole. Boucher, wow, wow. I've successfully cloned myself and my knowledge so I can stay in my zone of genius while she's working, helping millions steward humanity's greatest age of abundance. See, now this is what I think of as using AI, right? And one of her latest videos was AI is not going to replace humans. AI and humans are going to replace humans that don't use AI.
Yes.
AI assisted humans. And I really like that. And she
It'll be like people who don't use their glasses. They eventually run into walls and don't exist.
right, or people who ignore an
I don't
obvious
use my
problem.
glasses. That's why I was joking.
I thought you were making a poke at me because I don't use mine either.
I use mine and I still do it. You
Yeah,
Yeah, but
we don't make it to the door.
I can certify her as quantum, okay? Because
Nice.
she sees now and she sees the future and she sees alternate reality in a way that we do.
yeah.
But she does it on a uh, humans are amazing. She does it on a muggle level, dipping so far into the quantum. It is amazing. She does a great job and she relays it so well by using pieces of that quantum level. Her AI
And
clone.
what is her show?
It's just Julie McCoy.
Julie McGo. A big shout out to Julie. Awesome
Yeah,
job.
yeah. And she covers AI development, and one headline from 9 days ago. This AI just did 40 hours of work in 20 minutes.
She
Okay,
was.
now that right there, that tells me the running that AI didn't get replaced. It it got a week off by getting their job done in 20 minutes. See, that's the flip side of it. We get if I was to get a robot, and send it to my job, and I program that robot to do my job, I get time off and get paid.
In a
You
perfect
see?
world,
In a
yes.
Right,
perfect world, you would.
Right, because
In the world we
now
have right now, that boss would schedule you for 180 hours in a week.
right, that's but you see what I'm saying, right? Um,
Mhm.
the flip side of that is I get time off and I got other things to do than other people's work, you know?
right.
Yeah.
How
Right.
many projects do I bring to the stage uh, in one show typically? 5 or 6. Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? I don't take us out to the driveway. I don't take us out to the old fence. I don't take us out to the lighting in the yard. All that stuff. I got to do that, and I got like 2 days to do it. And if I had a robot doing my job, I'd get a bunch of other stuff done and get my job done
Yeah.
paid.
So
And they,
basically, they're renting your robot.
yeah, that's the part of that's part another part of the flip side.
Wow.
They are renting my robot for the same. And let me tell you, I'm cheaper. Okay, I'm cheaper if they rent a robot from me. I'm cheaper than if they rent it from Boston Dynamics. Okay, so uh,
Okay.
that's the other flip side of this awesome, scary technology. You know, uh,
So
I
they
get
break him and send him home, and you get to maintenance him, or what?
yeah, sure, why not? I'll do that. I'd rather do that for half a day than a week of drudgery. Oh my gosh, let them break him. I'll fix him. I'll put
Somebody will
Leno
create
face on
insurance
him.
for your robot, so you have
Lynn,
a copay.
I think you're tongue in cheek outlining the future.
I am too.
I think you're sarcastically saying it because I said that. I
That's
took
what I see happening.
yeah. If I can get a robot to replace me at the job that I do, I will have that robot do my job while I work on I don't know the frickin' fuel pump in the Ford Ranger. You
Can I
know,
bust your bubble?
go ahead.
So who says that they can't just create this army of critter by themselves, and they don't need you or your robot?
If they could, they would.
Yes, they would.
But they can't because to them it's not worth it. They don't see the worth of it. They're scared of it. There's a lot of I've gone. Oh my gosh, I have gone so over this over and over again. Why not do it? Now let's take the robot out of the equation. Let's have just a computer that can interface with all the systems, right? Well, it's the same as the robot. Okay,
Yeah.
it's going to be the same as the robot. You're going to have networking safety that has to be certified by somebody. You have to have hardware safety and human safety. OSHA's going to get involved, right?
Uh,
And so,
Government.
right now, if I
Taxes.
do that, right?
read what Scream Engine said before you go much further, because
Hold on.
this is hysterical.
Hey, Lynn, I think you turned your mic up inadvertently because you are
How's that?
blasting us. Yeah, that's better.
No, I don't think so. I haven't moved around that much.
No,
Would
I
you
mean
fix that for me? I'm
digitally.
just not seeing
I got
it.
you. I got you. But yeah, I think your mic is jacked way up. And there
Yeah,
goes Lynn.
yeah. M bought healthcare
Better.
solutions.
Murderbot Healthcare Solutions.
That's what they're doing to humans.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about the Soylent
I
Green
could go on
program.
and on about that. I'm not going to, since you want to wrap your show. But
What?
I said I could go on and on about that one, but you want to wrap your show pretty
Oh yeah,
soon.
we've done a show on that.
Yeah, we have.
We've done a show on that. We've done the sightings of Doctor
Dr. Kildare.
well Doctor Godsend, Doctor Caesar, and No Name and the Butcher. That
Yeah.
man, I should do I should do a structured show on that because I've never done that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna write that
I'll
down.
tell you what, that I'm really impressed with how your AI helper, your Copilot, has helped you construct your shows and keep them less like herding cats and more like herding humans.
Well, that's the first hour anyway.
Yeah, well, but you see what I'm saying. You're able to, especially in your first part of your show, you are covering so much more.
I think so too. I am very happy with the way this thing is helping me stay on topic. It gives me segments, right?
I
Two
see them.
divided segments, and then I can say, like I bring it on here. I'm like, this is the main part, and this was the separate show on the fear mongers, right? And why do humans choose fear? And it basically made two shows, and I presented them as one. That's
Uh
my
huh.
human element. And the last thing I said to it was, I have enough to work with, something like this. I have enough to work with. I'll fill in the gaps on the fly. Doing several things for AI. That says you have accomplished your mission to acceptable parameters. And it also says, I hear these things, right? That there are gaps that you haven't filled that I will have to fill with my humanity.
Uh huh.
That's something, and it hears that too, because it doesn't just take 1 plus 1 equals 2. It takes, where did that one come from? Where is it going? What does it do when it gets there? And then what does two mean? It's like it's very algebraic and geometrical,
Uh huh.
where you don't have just 1 plus 1 equals 2. You look at it in a mathematical sense, one of one thing plus one of the separate thing or the similar thing. And then, okay, similar thing equals two. Well, now what is it, right? What does two mean? What does that unlock? What does that mean after the fact? And now that two is there, does that mean it's going to be all twos forever and ever? No, right? They see it. That's kind of one way to what that they one of the crunching aspects of what they do, right?
Yeah, take it
So
out of the yes no parameters of the old computer and into a thinking process.
right. And they now it's like you have an apple, you cut it in half, now it's no longer an apple. Wait a minute, we have better coding now. Apple cut in half, now it recognizes two half of an apple.
Right.
Okay. It's no less apple substance, it's just different in quantity and shape.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to understand that, but it's not quite there
Yeah.
yet because I have enough to run with. I can fill in the gaps as I go. And with that, I'm going to,
Well, you have one apple and two fractions that have
well,
become
not
two
if you,
fractions.
right, but they have to define a fraction.
Right.
That's where humans come in. They understand fractions as numbers, but they don't understand a fraction. That means it's no longer an apple, but it is the same. It's the same stuff. It's just,
It's got it mathematically. It doesn't have it visually.
well, it doesn't have it as substance. That,
Hmm.
see, you understand, right? That
Yeah, I
there is
do.
so much going on in just 1 plus 1 equals 2 that
I
they see
homeschooled a
that.
kindergartner all the way to 12th grade. Oh yeah, I understand.
Okay, you understand. Well, then you got okay. Draw it out. You got geometry. You got trigonometry. You
Exactly.
got base
Calculus.
8 networking math. Booyah, right there. And then you got you know all the stuff that I mean. There's a lot to it. And okay, and with that, I'm going to wrap up the quantum panel for this week. Thanks everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Tim, Raven, Lynn, for coming to the panel discussing this with
Always
me.
a pleasure.
We went all over the place, and along with the central idea, it's not an invasion. They're not demons. Get over your darn self. and have coffee ready for when the aliens get here. Thanks, everybody.
All right, don't forget the cookies.
Okay. I will talk to y'all later. Thanks, everybody. Like, subscribe, share. If you're here, you're quantum. That urgently flashing green light now. 15 minutes over. The next guys are gonna come up. Talk to you later, everybody. Thanks again. Y'all have been awesome. The most supportive chat room on YouTube for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great chat, people.
Thanks, everybody.
Great monitors,
Y'all
too.
take it easy, keeping it
Keep it
quantum
quantum.
and pushing buttons, pushing buttons.